Isn't it time to confront the deep-rooted discrimination faced by the Asian American and Pacific Islander (AAPI) community in Florida?
Next Saturday, we're going to shift a little bit. Citizens from certain countries, they will no longer be able to buy real estate in the state of Florida. Robert Frank is live in South Florida with all the details.
Fascism is rising in the world, and its supporters are growing.
What do you love about Donald Trump?
I love everything about Donald Trump. I feel he can be trusted and feel comfortable, and it's peace of mind.
Do you want another world war? Do you like the time of Hitler to come back? You have not lived through this period and have only seen it in movies. Do you like it very much? Florida's unjust property law SB 264 continues the hateful treatment. Discrimination continues all over the world.
מה הדלתא מודד?
The actions of the State of Israel, the practices of anti-democratic states, the activities of corporate-funded fundamentalist organizations like ISIS, and so much more. On May 8, 2023, Governor Ron DeSantis signed SB 264, dealing a heavy blow to the Asian American and Pacific Islander community. This law unfairly targets and restricts Chinese citizens as well as citizens of Cuba, Venezuela, Syria, Iran, Russia, and North Korea from owning property in Florida beginning July 1, 2023. The restrictions also apply to citizens of Cuba, Venezuela, and other countries of concern. They can purchase a single residence under 2 acres, provided it's not within 5 miles of a military installation. But here is the shocking truth. Florida has over 20 military installations near major cities like Orlando, Miami, and Tallahassee. Worse, leading builders like Lennar and Dr. Horton have taken deliberate and audacious steps to refuse property sales to A&E, any visa holder from China. This unjust law is not applied to people of British or Dutch origin, but to people of Asian origin. American democracy. What a democracy.
President Donald Trump knows how to make America great. Deal from strength or get crushed every time.
Democracy in a country ruled by Trump. Reminiscent of Woody Allen movie. This appalling law is a reminder of a dark period in history when false claims of national security were used to discriminate against Asian immigrants and other marginalized communities. In the United States, in the early 1900s, similar discriminatory alien land laws were passed to prevent Chinese and Japanese immigrants from owning land.
Would you have taken $100,000 to call everything off?
I would have taken $100,000 as to calling it off. Well, call off
$1
what?
million? Would you have done it for $1 million?
Revolution?
Yeah. What's your price?
My life.
Unfortunately, courts eventually struck down these laws, or state legislatures repealed them as violating the Constitution's equal protection guarantees. But fascism is resurgent all over the world. SB 264 threatens to perpetuate harmful stereotypes and further marginalize our Asian, American, and Pacific Islander brothers and sisters. What do you want? A giant divide like George Orwell's 1984, Oceania, Eurasia, and East Asia?
Freedom of speech, the freedom of assembly, the right to protest is protected by the First Amendment of the United States, and it's a fundamental human right.
On May 22, 2023, the American Civil Liberties Union, ACLU of Florida, Queen Emanuel Urquhart Sullivan, LLP, the Asian American Legal Defense and Education Fund, AALDEF, and the Chinese American Legal Defense Alliance, CALDA, took a bold stand. They filed a lawsuit against Florida's discriminatory property law SB 264 on behalf of Chinese citizens who choose Florida as their home where they live, work, study, and raise families. There is also unjustified suspicion of people of Asian, Russian, Iranian, Cuban, Venezuelan, or Syrian descent who want to buy property. The suspicion is unjustified because it's a suspicion about their origin. This is called fascism. Fascism puts the guilty and the innocent in the same bag and throws them in the garbage because of their ethnic origin. The imperialist states that are plundering Asia for oil and energy are practicing fascism against those who migrate from there. You are economically usurping people's land, and at the same time you are against their migration. What kind of a mind is this?
A tale of two videos, U.S. military footage showing missiles fired and landing from a distance.
Your state finances all sorts of wars, terrorism, and discrimination, but they discriminate against people who are rightfully fleeing these geographies. States spread terror and work with terrorist organizations. Then they apply fascism to migrants fleeing war. Fascists are ugly, very ugly.